Well, in today's broadcast, I have something rather intriguing to share with you guys today. And actually, I thought when I came across this former president's information, I had to double check and make sure it wasn't a parody. But lo and behold, it's not. It's the actual account of this former president. And he makes some really interesting, bizarre, and terrifying predictions for 2023. And I can't wait to share them with you. But before I do, check out my sponsor at healthwithlisa.com. If you guys have not tried this collagen, I want to encourage you to try it. It really helps grow your hair, skin, and nails. It's that fountain of youth. And if you're really looking for something to help you with those wrinkles and saggy skin, but right now you can get it for up to 51% off, and there's a 60-day money-back guarantee. Check it out at healthwithlisa.com or click in the description box below. All right. So let's dive into these actually 10 crazy and chilling predictions from this former president. Now, the former president does not reside here in the U.S. He is not a former United States president. No, this is the former president of Russia, Dmitry Medvedev. And I'm going to take you straight to his Twitter account where he drops the entire bombshell. But either way, I thought you should know about it because he makes predictions about us here in the United States as well that are downright chilling, by the way. But here it is. We're on his official checkmark account. And I'm going to open it up just so you can see with me that, yes, this is indeed his account. 1.1 million followers. This is him through and through. But let's check into his predictions. And he states, or he opens it up with this: on the New Year's Eve, everybody's into making predictions. Many come up with futuristic hypotheses as if competing to single out the wildest and even the most absurd ones. Here's our humble contribution of what can happen in 2023. Now, he goes on to list 10 predictions. Let's start with number 1 here. Oil prices will rise to $150 a barrel, and gas prices will top $5 per 1 cubic meters. Now, I happen to agree with that. I think it could maybe even go above and beyond that, especially right here in the United States. Number 2, the UK will rejoin the EU. Now, I hope that they don't. However, polls are actually showing that it could go in that direction. Take a look. This is from October 2022. Brexit rejoining EU takes record 14-point lead in the latest poll. And I happen to think that that is due to propaganda that the people over there are being fed. But either way, it's a potential, according to Dmitry Medvedev, that they could go back into their rejoining the EU. Number 3, let's move on. Number 3, the EU will collapse, and I hope that doesn't happen, but he's saying he believes they could collapse after the UK's return. The euro will drop out of use as the former EU currency. Now, obviously, if that happens, it's not going to be a beautiful thing. Number 4, Poland and Hungary will occupy western regions of the formerly existing Ukraine. Interesting how that's worded. But one of his predictions, and I'll let you kind of just ponder on that one. Number 5, and this was chilling, by the way, but he says, the Fourth Reich will be created, encompassing the territory of Germany and its satellites, i.e. Poland, the Baltic states, Czechia, Slovakia, the Kiev Republic, and other outcasts. Now, what he means by the former Reich, obviously he's referencing the horrible Nazi Germany period, but I think he means more of the mentality of that Reich, so that those kinds of belief systems are going to come back. Now, personally, I think this would take a different kind of turn. Instead of the mindset of everybody, going after Jews like they did, unfortunately and sadly, in Nazi Germany's day. I think it would be more the going after populist and conservatives and Christians and libertarian mindsets rather than, an entire people group of people. And it's really sad what happened during the Holocaust. And I still include anyone who suffered through that or their family members in my prayers all the time. But either way, here we have a former president of Russia predicting that that kind of mentality is coming back. And it's a terrifying thing to think about. But we already have something similar rising here in the US, where there's this massive hatred being pushed by the mainstream media and social media sites, where somehow just to be a conservative is bad, or to be a Christian is bad, and somehow they're the scum of society. And this kind of mindset needs to be stopped in its track, because I don't care what political belief you have, what side of the fence you're on, what religion you are, it shouldn't matter. No one should be hated at any levels. Any level whatsoever, Jew, Christian, Islam, no matter what, you're a person and God loves you, whether you like that or not. But either way, that's the mentality that is sadly creeping back in our system, and especially here in the United States, to the level where it literally is getting chilling just to live here in the US. All right, so let's go back into some of his predictions. Let's go prediction number 6 here that he makes. War will break out between France and the Fourth Reich. Europe will be divided, Poland repartitioned in the process. I don't know about that one. I pray that that doesn't happen. Not so sure. You get to decide ultimately if any of these you agree with or don't agree with. So I'm just going to throw that out there. Not my prediction. That's all of his predictions, by the way. Number 7, Northern Ireland will separate from the UK and join the Republic of Ireland. Number 8 here, and this is the most chilling one. Before I show it to you, I know you saw that first word on the screen, but this one, if you live in America, it's chilling. And I pray to God, literally, that he's wrong. And I think he is. I don't think it's going to get to that level, but hey, you ultimately get to decide. Let's go on over to number 8 here. A civil war will break out in the U.S. California and Texas will become independent states as a result. Texas and Mexico will form an allied state. Elon Musk will win the presidential election in a number of states, which after the new civil wars end, will have been given to the GOP. Wait, what? That's why I'm like, is this a parody or is he for real? He's for real. He's actually for real. Lots of stuff in that. Let me break it down. He says civil war is going to break out in the U.S. God, I hope and pray that that doesn't happen. Not my prediction, his prediction. Let's just pray that never happens. The second thing, California and Texas will basically secede and become independent. It would be nice if Texas did that. I would move to Texas if that were the case. Basically, I was raised my whole life in the Austin area there. So let's go. California, if you want to break off and secede, although I know there's very good and a lot of good conservatives in California, but be my guest, come on over to Texas if that happens. And I don't think it's going to happen, but hey, we can think happy thoughts, at least for Texas. And then it says Texas and Mexico will form an allied state. I don't think so. I don't ever see that happening, but there you have it. And then he says Elon Musk is going to win the presidential election. Well, we don't have a presidential election in 2023, so maybe he's referencing 2024, but Elon Musk is absolutely not going to run. However, I'm sure he'll be pressured to do such after everything that he's exposed recently. And maybe he means at the end of the Civil War, that's who they'll put as their leader, with the GOP given the ultimate authority and power there. So, I don't know. It is what it is. I can't wait to read your comments on some of that. All right, let's go on over to prediction number 9. And here's what he says for number 9. All the largest stock markets and financial activity will leave the US and Europe and move to Asia. That could cause some major ripples and repercussions in our market if that does happen, but I do absolutely see economic instability in our future. And number 10, this is his last one, the Bretton Woods system of monetary management will collapse, leading to the IMF and the World Bank crash. The euro and the dollar will stop circulating as the global reserve currencies. Digital fiat currencies will be actively used instead. And he closed season's greetings to you all, Anglo-Saxon friends, and they're happily oinking piglets, whatever the heck that means. But that last one is also chilling because he says that the euro and dollar will stop being the reserve global currencies. If that happens, we're screwed because, well, we're already screwed because we're trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars in debt. And to be frank, I think we're a lot higher than they actually admit to because they leave things out, you know, not telling the American people or the world, so to speak. But we're talking about a collapse of our economic system. Now, I think we're going to see a level of that. I think that's absolutely, I think we could get depression level into 2023, and that could just skim the top of the surface. We've already seen a recession in 2022. And by the way, if you want to know my actual predictions, and I say take them with a grain of salt because nobody knows the future, but I've actually posted these on restrictedrepublic.com. You want to check it out, get to restrictedrepublic.com. I've got 10 hellish predictions for 2023, way different than the 10 predictions given by Dmitry Medvedev, with exception to maybe one or two of them that I kind of predict. But get to Restricted Republic and use the coupon code FOREVER50 to get it for $50 a year. So you guys can check that out. But either way, I'd love to get your comments, your thoughts and concerns. What do you think about his predictions? What are your thoughts? Because ultimately, as I stated already, you get to decide. And with that, just in conclusion, I want to remind you guys, if you want to see the Christmas video that I put out, I really get all of my family together and we get on video, we get on film, and you guys can enjoy it. It's about a 15-minute really personalized video, but it's here on We're Forked Up. If you're not subscribed to my new channel, I'm doing in addition to this one, it's free. It doesn't cost any money to subscribe. Subscribe to We're Forked Up and watch our Merry Christmas video if you really want to check out what we're doing with the family and all of that. But it's really all on food, fun, and entertainment in a time of chaos. I wanted to start that new channel because the news has just been bumming and bad. So this is a way to bring you with us when we go and, go out to eat or go to restaurants or do things at the house. And it's really more of a humorous nature to just kind of get your mind on ease. Anyhow, I love all of you. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven signing out.